Imagine this. You're on the cusp of your 70th birthday, trekking through a national park in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Rangers with machetes slash out a trail as you search for Grauer's gorillas. They point out the holes to avoid, the branches to step over, and the biting ants to evade. Despite their best efforts, you've already tripped and fallen 4 times, and those ants, they got you good. The person in this story is me, August 31st, 2022. Even after 4 hours trekking, fatigue has not set in because the exotic plants, birds, and tiny creatures in this ancient forest are enchanting. I'm thrilled when the trackers radio, "We found the gorillas." There he is, Bonani, a 600-pound alpha male, the silverback. His gaping mouth and piercing gaze make me wary until this real-life King Kong climbs down the tree, scratches his chin, and stares at me again. Suddenly, I see eyes full of wonder and curiosity. As my time with the gorillas ends that day, Bonani's son looks straight into my eyes as if he wants to have a conversation. "Where you going? Why don't you stay?" I imagine him thinking. Little did I know this encounter would change my life. I traveled to 104 countries. This was my most amazing experience. But the joy of this encounter is soon upset by a stark revelation. My guide, Obed Timba, tells me something that shakes me to my core. Grauer gorillas are being executed every single day. In just 20 years, 80% of them were slaughtered. Less than 4,000 remain. They could be extinct in as little as a decade or 2. Poaching, illegal land use, charcoal burning, gorilla paw worship, and the bushmeat trade are killing this iconic species. I am outraged. I had believed that gorilla numbers were increasing in this region, but Obed tells me that while Rwanda's mountain gorilla is being saved, its much bigger cousin, the Grauers, the largest primate on earth, is being exterminated. But here's the kicker. It's not just about the gorillas. Their home, the Congo Rainforest, is being destroyed too, following in the path of the near constant burning of the Amazon and Indonesian forests. Earth's 3 great terrestrial lungs are dying. Rainforests capture CO2, clean our air, and provide oxygen to breathe, so we can't do without them. Fortunately, there's a recent and significant discovery. Scientists have determined that the Congo rainforest is our healthiest and best lung because it absorbs far more net CO2 than any other forest, much more than the larger Amazon. Recent scientific measurements suggest that its plants are better able at absorbing CO2 than plants in other places. It's now clear we must make saving the Congo rainforest a climate change priority before it's too late. Here's an idea that might surprise you. The key to saving Earth's first lung is not through grand political gestures. It's through the Grauer's gorillas. That's right. These magnificent animals aren't just victims of environmental destruction, they're the key to preventing it. How are gorillas the solution, you might be asking? I pioneered the engineering and construction of sustainable, energy-saving green buildings. I built one of the most energy-efficient high-rises in the country, Salesforce Tower in San Francisco, the tallest office building west of Chicago. My years as a project manager taught me that the best way to solve a challenging problem is to look for a similar solved one. By adopting a proven solution, it will reliably lead to success. And I knew exactly where to find such a solution. I first traveled to Rwanda in 2009, when their now thriving cities were merely villages struggling to recover from a genocide. When I returned in 2022, I was amazed at the transformation. Rwandans had made an important decision for their future by committing to save their mountain gorillas. Gorilla tourism turned to jobs and income. Building infrastructure and craft markets turned poor and suffering settlements into cultural destinations. Rwanda is now Africa's shining example of sustainable development, where people and wildlife coexist and flourish. Today, tourism accounts for almost 10% of Rwanda's economy, and its GDP is the 7th fastest growing in the world. When I learned that the Grauer gorillas were being slaughtered and that their vital rainforest was critically threatened, I realized I was facing what I could only describe as an earth emergency. I asked Obed, "What can I do?" "A lot," he replied. And together, we founded a nonprofit organization to address this crisis. You might wonder why I, a guy in his 70s, jumped in so fast and made this cause my focus in life. Well, I felt I had unique skills that would help. Besides building tall buildings, I've managed an enormous environmental cleanup. I've lived and worked overseas in Dubai, Egypt, Singapore, and India. I know how to get things done, even when resources and means are not as available as in the Western world. So, we're bringing Rwanda's lessons to Congo to make a solution. First, we're focusing on awareness. Hardly anybody knows about the Congo Rainforest catastrophe. Most of our attention has been on the Amazon. And very few people know that our precious Grauer gorillas are in great danger. We're also building partnerships. In October 2023, I led a delegation of Congolese officials to a conservation gala in Washington, D.C., and introduced them to British parliamentarians, U.S. senators, the U.S. State Department, Fish and Game, Wildlife, and USAID. We're seeing some promising signs. Countries are now pledging funds, and Congolese officials are meeting with Indonesian and Amazon officials to share best rainforest practices. But none of this would be possible without the dedicated work of Congolese making solutions from the bottom up. Remember Obed Temba? Obed, please stand up. As a young man, Obed was tortured in refugee camps during Congo's civil wars. But he rose from those ashes to dedicate his life to saving gorillas. Every day, dedicated Congolese work in often dangerous situations to remove animal snares, teach alternatives to bushmeat and charcoal, and rehabilitate injured gorillas. But so much more work is needed. So now you know why the Congo rainforest is so critical. It's our healthiest, life-giving lung. And the key to saving it is by creating wildlife tourism. So yes, it can be saved, but only if we take immediate action. Hopefully, you're asking yourself, what can I do? The answer is a lot. You could be part of the solution by spreading the word about this crisis. You could also donate funds to any one of the dedicated nonprofits fighting to save the Congo Rainforest and its gorillas. Or you could dedicate some of your time to this cause. You could even do a summer internship or travel to see the Grauer gorillas yourself. By supporting Congo conservation, we can rescue our most effective lung and our majestic close relatives, the Grauer's gorillas. We must do this, because when we look into those eyes like ours, we're not just seeing a magnificent creature worth saving, we're seeing our planet's future staring back at us. Thank you.